Today, we're diving into something really cool, how an ancient martial art from the Malay archipelago, Silat, actually holds some seriously powerful secrets for navigating our crazy modern lives.
I mean, think about it for a second. What if a system designed centuries ago for physical combat could give you a powerful edge today? Not in a fight, but in your career, in your relationships, everywhere. So how do we actually do that? Well, let's get into it.
The book we're pulling all this from is Gelanggang Dunia by Mohd Nadrin Wahab. And what's so great about it is that he didn't write it for black belts or martial arts masters. Nope, he wrote it for people like you and me. Folks in the professional world just looking for some practical wisdom that actually works.
Okay, so the whole thing revolves around this core concept, Gelanggang Dunia. It translates to the world arena. It's this idea that your life, your office, your projects, all your personal challenges, that is the arena. That's the real proving ground.
So, first things first, we've got to get one thing straight. Silat is way more than just a set of fighting moves. It's really a complete philosophy for how you show up in the world.
The author really nails it with this quote. He's pushing back on the idea that these old traditions are irrelevant. Instead, he says that the way we strike and parry and redirect energy in a fight, well, that has direct parallels in how we handle a tough conversation or make a big decision.
And the guy connecting these two worlds for us is Mohd Nadrin Wahab. He's perfectly suited for this because he's not just a corporate trainer, he's also a certified Silat instructor in 3 different styles. So he's able to take all this profound wisdom he learned from his 9 teachers and translate it into real, actionable advice we can use. And that leads us right into our first big lesson from Silat: mindset. This is all about having a kind of radical sense of ownership and resourcefulness that can totally change how you look at any problem. Check out this quote from one of the author's teachers. It's kind of harsh, right? But think about it. Instead of blaming our tools, the bad software, the tight budget, whatever, this philosophy forces you to look in the mirror and ask, wait, am I skilled enough to actually use this right? This whole mindset is wrapped up in a fantastic Malay phrase, kita buat dia. Literally, it's we do it, but the real spirit is we make it work. It's all about taking charge, finding a way through, and just refusing to let roadblocks win. No excuses. The author tells this great story about his teacher, Aslan Ghani. Whenever a problem popped up, like an article that wouldn't fit on the page, the answer was never, oh, we can't do it. It was always, kita buat dia. And then they'd find some clever solution. It just shows that obstacles aren't really dead ends. They're actually a reason to get creative.
All right, on to our second lesson, and this one, wow, it feels like it was written specifically for us today. It's all about awareness. In a world of nonstop digital noise, Silat has the perfect antidote.
I mean, you've seen it, right? People walking down the street, totally buried in their phones, completely unaware of what's happening around them. The author says this makes the old Silat teachings on awareness almost scary in how relevant they are now.
So how does Silat teach this? Well, it's broken down into 3 really cool ideas. First, you've got Baitingat, which is vigilance. This is about paying extra close attention when things are changing, like when you're starting a new project. Then there's Cemburu, or jealousy. The idea is to be jealous of your environment, always scanning for potential threats, but also for opportunities. And finally, Gelanggang, the glance. It's the simple practice of letting your eyes take in information before your body acts.
And here's where it all clicks. That same physical awareness you'd use to scan a room for who's coming and going, you apply that same skill to watching your business competitors. Are they launching something new? Is the market shifting? It's all about being proactive and just paying attention.
So you take those 3 ideas, and they all come together in this one powerful Malay proverb. Be vigilant before there's a disaster, be jealous before you make contact, and glance before you take a single step. It's basically a complete user's manual for modern awareness.
Now, for our third lesson, and this one is maybe the most profound. It's about finding that tricky balance between sacrifice, your purpose, and, not burning yourself out.
Okay, this is a pretty intense idea from Silat. It basically says that if your cause is righteous enough, you have to be willing to go all in, even if it means breaking your own arm to get out of a hold because you're channeling that pain into one final, decisive move. It's about absolute commitment when everything is on the line.
But, and this is so important, right after that intense idea, you get the other side of the coin. this beautiful piece of wisdom says, go ahead and make your sacrifices. Just don't become the sacrifice. It's a powerful warning against giving so much that there's nothing left of you.
I mean, this is ancient wisdom talking directly to our modern problem of burnout, what the book calls chronic helping. It's a reminder that your body, your mind, your spirit, they have a claim on you. You've got to take care of yourself first, because let's be real, you can't help anyone if your own tank is completely empty.
So we've talked about mindset, we've covered awareness, and we've touched on this idea of purposeful sacrifice. So what do we do with all of this? How do we actually bring it into our own lives?
In the end, the message is actually pretty simple. The real training hall isn't some gym or a dojo, it's your everyday life. These principles aren't just for a fight, they're for handling conflict, for making good decisions, and for leading with some real clarity and purpose. Your life is your world arena. And these principles, this proactive mindset, this total awareness, this balanced sacrifice, these are your tools. So the only question left to ask is, how are you going to step into that arena and use them?